Hello, and this is Zach Raff here with MagicGatheringStrat.com. I am playing Bant Chord of Calling in Standard. I lost round 1, I got the bye round 2, and here we are for game 3 against Dark Little OU, I guess is his name. Alrighty, let's choose to play first and see what we get to work with. Alright, let's choose to play first. Okay. Let's choose to play first. New client's been doing this sometimes where you just doesn't respond to choosing options, especially with play draw and first. And you gotta be careful because it might eventually accept it and then go straight to the mulligan, and then you might mulligan by accident. Okay. Keep. This hand has acceleration into a card advantage card into threats eventually. It's exactly what we want. We're going to lead on the Maya Coast because there's really no reason not to. Temple of Triumph leads me to think we're against Burn or against the Channel Fireball. I want to say it was the Pantheon that was playing the red-white aggro deck. Okay, that's definitely not what we want to see on turn 2. It's one of the ways that Burn can definitely start to go over top of us, but we've got one of our best cards against Burn. Yisan's going to be way too slow against Burn. We just don't want her. Bottom. 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 Oop. Bottom. Bottom. Okay. Looks like the client's being still unresponsive. I'm going to check my internet connection here. It looks like that's fine. I don't know why it's being so unresponsive. But it most certainly is annoying. Bottom. There we go. Apparently my internet did go out for a moment. We scried to the bottom the Yisan. There's land on top, which isn't the best, but we'll make do. Ideally, he does something like Chandra's Phoenix this turn, which it doesn't affect the board in any way and doesn't really change our plays. Yep. It's just a very slow clock that we can easily race. Banisher Priest is a very nice card to have on top. I am going to value getting Profit on board over the life. So basically paying 2 life to play a Profit earlier. Allows us to accelerate out this Caryatid. I mean, not accelerate out, we'd be able to play Caryatid anyways. But we really do need to just get on the board as quick as possible in this matchup. And you get on the board by casting cards. Also allows us to play both offense and defense at the same time, which is really nice against a deck like Burn. Having the Courser in our opening is going to be really nice here. because not only is it card advantage by getting lands off the top of our deck, it gains us life, it's a 2/4 blocker. Burn has really no easy way of dealing with it. They have Chain to the Rocks, which most lists no longer run main deck because of Stoke the Flames being just a better card for their strategy. However, now as I say that, I realize Stoke the Flames is an answer to Courser, but if he had it, he certainly would have cast it there. Just getting our Courser would have effectively dealt a damage to us while gaining him some life and getting him a token. Would have been really nice. However, because he didn't do that, leads me to think he doesn't have it, which is really good for us. And the client's still being really unresponsive, but I think it's because the Wi-Fi in my dorm is not cooperating with us here. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I'm still learning how to use the video program, and I messed up a little there. We drew our Banisher Priest for turn. Then it revealed on top of our deck that we had a Temple Garden, which we played tapped. He's stoking the flames here on us, which is not good at all. Targeting our Courser, which is actually... that's pretty good for us. Courser is definitely a weaker target here than other possibilities. So we know we have a Chord of Calling on top of our deck. We're just going to cast this Banisher Priest and snag Young Pyromancer. We can cast this Angel of Serenity at instant speed, grabbing his Phoenix, the Elemental token, and our Courser. Oh. Okay. Grabbing his Young Pyromancer, the Phoenix, and the Elemental token. Actually, we don't need to grab the Elemental token. I don't know why I'm wanting to grab that. We're going to completely ignore the fact he has that and target our Courser as well. The reason we do grab Chandra's Phoenix is the exile on Angel Serenity is more permanent than killing it. We'll be able to chord for 6 next turn, I think. 3... we could actually chord for 7 next turn. There are no more 7-drops in our deck. So, we probably won't do that. The fact that Prophet's in play, though, now is going to be huge. Because it'll allow us to get Soul of Theros or Prime Speaker and draw a ton of cards. And basically, Prophet's acting as 7 to 8 mana in one creature each and every turn now. Which, for value on one card, is ridiculous. We're probably going to get Prophet, actually. Prophet will draw 6 cards. We will then be able to untap and cast most likely our entire hand, or nearly all of our hand. The other options we have are like Archangel of Thune, which it's not that helpful on this board. We're already putting enough pressure on The only reason I hesitate not to just get Soul of Theros is because he might still have Chain to the Rocks in his list. There's nothing that guarantees that people are on the most recent versions of decks. And if we get Soul of Theros and he has the Chain of the Rocks, we're really far behind. The question now is whether or not we want to pay 2 life to get Prime Speaker, and I feel like the answer to that question is no. So we're just gonna Convoke, pay 6, get a really tiny deck thing up here, see how big we can make it. Okay, there we go. We're Prime Speaker, Zagana. There's a lot of cards. Not many of them really are helpful here, but we got 6/6, and we'll be able to cast our hand here. Phyrexian Revoker has no targets? Pretty sure no targets. It's just a Goblin Piker. But sometimes you got a pike. End of turn, we're going to cast Yisan, Pelucranos, and Elvish Mystic. I don't see how he wins this game. His hand could be Boros Charm, Boros Charm, Boros Charm, draw another Boros Charm. That would be pretty good. That would do it. 1 or 2 of those Boros Charms could be more Stoke the Flames. Essentially, he just needs a ton of direct damage, and he needs it fast. Cards like Shock or Magma Jet or Chandra Sphinx just aren't going to cut it here. Yeah, excuse me. I'm going to pause the video again while I wait for him to respond. Alright, and we're back. He didn't attack as I would have predicted. We're going to cast these creatures end of turn. What's better than a Pelucranos? An instant speed Pelucranos. Okay, he's going to scoop to that. We have quite a few good cards in this match. We're going to bring in a Courser, Centaur Healer, Nyx Fleece Ram, Lavinia, Banisher Priest, Reclamation Sage. And we're just going to remove a lot of this fluff. I've found, because we bring in the Nyx Fleece Rams, Yisan can actually be quick enough. She isn't great, though. We are cutting a lot of our top end, so we can afford to cut a land. I don't know if Fathom Mage is really our game plan here. Nissan is still pretty slow. I think we go like that. And maybe we just take out all the Yisans. Yeah. The justification that, like, basically it's 6 mana Nyx Fleece Ram, and that sounds absolutely miserable. She's hard to remove, I guess, because Searing Blood doesn't kill her, but I think we just want cards that do more than her. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. We're going to try it like that, though. Cool. This hand has life gain on 2, life gain on 3, Cord on 4, or Pelucranos on 4. Hard to get a better hand than this. The reason we removed a forest instead of a mana confluence is it's actually really important that we can produce white in the early turns for Nyx Fleece Ram. And 2 is still a pretty low opportunity cost. We're just going to get this Nyx Fleece Ram into play. played the Sig Foundry on chat, makes me think that we have a Chandra... Oh, Boros Reckoner. That doesn't seem particularly good against the card Nyx Fleece Ram. And the question is whether it's worth a life to get a Courser into play. Answer that's probably yes. Yeah. Oh. I heard that card's good with life gain. We're gonna find out if that's true, though. I could be wrong. Yeah, So the question is, you can have Searing Blood, and you can Searing Blood the Nyx Fleece Ram. But I think we're fine with that. Like, Searing Blood's going to hit something. And if it gets hit Elvish Mystic, then he gets to set us back on mana, which is really crucial to us if we're trying to get this Archangel out. Oh, wow. Okay, that's really bad for him. Having to Lightning Strike us there, that's miserable. We're gonna just play out these mana sources. Got the Centaur Healer on top. This is just going exactly as we want this matchup to go. Next turn we have an Archangel of Thune that will immediately put a counter on all our creatures, assuming the Courser doesn't die. And if the Courser dies, then we are more likely to get to keep an Archangel. These Boros Reckoners are nice recurring damage, but it's just not enough. He could Skullcrack us here. And that would stop him from taking just a ton of... Sorry, not taking damage, but yeah. It would actually gain him... So it's going to gain him a bunch of life. By a bunch, I mean 2. And it's going to deal 5 in effect to us. Okay, there's a Soul of Theros on top of our deck. This is looking pretty good for us. I'm not going to lie. He's stoking the flames, targeting Archangel by the looks of it. Yeah, he's got us. I think we just slam Soul of Theros. So we can slam Soul of Theros, or we can chord for 5, get another Archangel, and possibly land off the top of our deck. But I think Soul just is the most impressive body. Get in there for 4. He's down to 8. There's this problem of this Boros Reckoner gonna deal a lot of damage to us if we try to soul through it. But if we just attack with Courser and Scavenge Use, we would gain 8, take 4, which seems pretty good for us. So actually what I think we want to do here is we really want to just cushion ourselves more. So we're going to cast the Centaur Healer. If he in response Skull Cracks us, we can chord for another Centaur Healer. We can actually just really easily get out of the range of just the total possible amount of damage he can do with his deck. So now here at the end of his turn we can chord for Nyx Fleece Ram. Or on upkeep we can chord for an Archangel of Thune. I definitely should have chorded main phase if I was going to chord, because it would have allowed us to hit a land off our Courser and gain a life that way. That was sloppy on my end. Just checking that's actually recording. I've made a couple of mistakes so far and stopped recording. So it might seem like I have a lot of hate for burn, just the way this game's drawn up, but in actuality I've just drawn a good portion of our hate. We've drawn 2 of our 3 Centaur healers, 1 of our 2 Nick Fleece Rams, 1 of our 3 Coursers, 1 of our Archangels, and our only Soul of Theros. End of turn, you Warriors Helix the Courser, and I certainly should have Chord of Calling for 2 in response to that. So yes, I am now committed to this Chord of Calling, not fetching a Nyx Fleece Ram. The Boros Reckoner has to play permanent defense because of the fact that Soul of Theros can get in for an 8-point life swing in our favor. We'll see what we draw here. We already knew what we were drawing. So if we cast Kiyora's Follower, alright, what happens if we activate Soul of Theros? So 5, 5, 5, 5, 4. I don't think we attack the Soul of Theros because then he can just 8 us. But yeah, I think we just... Let's send in the clowns. See how he blocks. Like, my concern here is he can block, send it to our dome for 5. Okay, so to play around that possibility here. Oh. Okay, apparently somehow I F6'd. That's really not good for us. We should still be fine. We're very far ahead, but wow, that was not ideal. So if I had an F6, which is yielding until end of turn, basically you say you're not going to do anything, I would have activated Scavenging Ooze twice, which would have allowed us to kill the Reckoner while gaining 2 life, and playing around the getting domed for 5, Skullcrack, getting us really low. Oh, wow. I wonder if he has, like, Mizium Mortars is what he's playing too? That makes no sense to Lightning Strike our creature and then Boros Charm our face. Oh, he's trying to keep us off Soul of Theros activation. That makes sense. So we're going to swing with both the Centaur healers. So you get first strike. We're going to chord in response for 3. Fetching a Banisher Priest, targeting Boros Reckoner. He's a Magma Jet Banisher Priest. We could easily be dead here. Sorry, never mind. I was thinking of Searing Blood. We're still in a pretty good spot then. So he's going to go down to 3. We're at 12. If we draw any untapped land, he's just dead. He needs another creature on the field to not die to the board we currently have, or the ability to kill one of our creatures, which, to be fair, he has a lot of ability to do that. Lightning, Warrior's Helix would probably be the best card you'd have here. Just Warrior's Helix, a Centaur Healer, say go. Alright, that was a pretty good draw. We're going to force the trade with the Mutavault here. Well, we're basically trading a Centaur Healer for a Mutavault, unless he has a removal spell. Looks like we're going to just get to eat a Mutavault, which is pretty good for us. Stoke the flames. Target us. Yep, we're at 8. Ooh. Makes me think we're unlikely to live through the next turn. But we'll see. We're at 1. We're dead. Okay. So the F6 definitely cost us this game. We'll try not to do that again. Changes to our deck. I like the setup we had. Yeah. I think we just keep the exact same setup. Possibly want Ajani, but seems very slow. Alright, we're going to play first. This hand has a lot of mana. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to see where it goes. If you didn't have the shock, that's a good start for us. Yeah, we're just gonna go dork dork. Okay, that's pretty good against this kind of draw. I mistapped my mana there, so I couldn't cast Kiara's Follower. So we just got in for 2 instead. Just fine, because we can cast every card that's currently in our deck, other than Soul of Theros. We're gonna keep just pecking away. Try to draw some action here. The Satyr Fire Dance is one of the best cards against us, and I definitely should have brought in Reclamation Sage. The existence of the card just passed right over my head. This game is not looking good for us. Okay, there is a real Magic card with text. Yeah, let's tap like that. Cool. Life gain. We're definitely putting that land on bottom. Okay. Let's get out some more dorks. Bash in there for our 3. Next turn we can play Pelucranos and activate for 1. Kill a Fire Dancer. Get in there for 5. The best play you could have this turn probably is Stoke the Flames, target us, then kill Courser as well. Puts us to 9. We'd be able to Pelucranos activate for 1, swing 3, put him to 11, have a 6/6. But he has a Mutavault to chump with, and presumably has some other creatures in hand, some more Fire Dancers, or some more Yelling Pyromancers, stuff like that. Our position's still not good here, but the opening hand keep was definitely greedy on my part. He's waiting to see if we get land on top. We don't. He should definitely do it in response to this Pelucranos, or else we can do it in response to his burn spell and not lose our Courser. Alright, so he just has the Boros Charm. More efficient way of doing this. Bye-bye, Courser. We're going to do this main phase so you can't interrupt it. Hit him down to 9. We actually have lethal next turn, assuming he doesn't have any interaction. But a card like Boros Reckoner would just stop us in our tracks. We actually race any combination of burn spells right now. He would need to have something like Mountain, so that way he can animate the Mutavault. That looks unlikely. It looks like we might be at a good spot here if he doesn't have an obvious play. The 1 land 6 mana dork keep looks like it might be working out. And it makes sense why that would work against a deck like this. Essentially, we're just gonna be able to keep getting in with our dorks while accelerating out threats. And he can't deal with he can't fight the mana dork game, or else he gets a game like this, where like he's used 2 spells, he's killed mana dorks, but we still have we just power right through it between lands and creatures. We're just gonna get the mana we need. That, I mean, we're on turn what turn is this? 6? Turn 6, and we just played a Pelucranos and activated for 1 and attacked for 4. I'm gonna pause the video here while I wait for him to do something again. Alright, we're back. It took him about 5 minutes there. He had the Chain to Rocks for Pelucranos. He's threatening the Mutavault activation, which makes it really hard for us to attack with Elvish Mystics. So we probably won't here. but we're still free to swing in with these Kiora's followers. If he wants to trade Mutavault for Kiora's follower, I'm more than happy with that trade. We would go... We're putting him down to 4 here, though, which puts him lethal dead next turn. Our concern here is he could end of turn Lightning Strike us, or Magma Jet us, and then 4-4 us, which would kill us, or 4-3 us, which would kill us. There's the 3. Let's see if he has more 3s. Warrior's Helix doesn't do it. It needs to be some combination of Magma Jet, Boros Charm, or Boros Charm, Boros Charm. He can't attack to deal damage. Searing Blood plus Lightning Strike would do it. Well, he's doing the Lightning Strike. Does he just have another Lightning Strike? Skullcrack. Alright, he got us. Well, that's it for this daily. We definitely lost the second game of round 3 to F16 through our own turn. And round 1 we played against our worst matchup. The deck definitely has gotten weaker post Pro Tour M15 because of the increased popularity of Blue-White, thanks to Yvonne Flock winning the Pro Tour with it. Most likely, I'm going to decide to put this deck away. It just simply doesn't have the tools to deal with things like Rabble Master Red and even Flock's Blue-White deck. It just simply can't do both. Anywho, that was all for me. Zach Raff at MagicGatheringStrat watching.